how to register in the My.SSS portal. So, paano po ba tayo magre-register sa My.SSS portal as a member? Okay? Yon. So, first, of course, we need to visit our website www.sss.gov.ph and click po yung member portal. No? So sa landing page po or sa homepage po ng ating website, ito po yung makikita natin. So we have yung portals. So you can either choose kung member, employer. Yan. So sa case natin, since member account itong una natin pinag-uusapan, yung member portal po ang i-click natin. Next, click on not yet registered in the My.SSS. So once na-click po natin yung member portal sa previous as shown in the previous slide, mapupunta po tayo sa member login page. So sa member login page, kung hindi pa po registered sa My.SSS, meron pong hyperlink dito. Yan, yung not yet registered in My.SSS. So i-click po natin siya. Okay? After natin i-click, read the reminders carefully. So after reading yung reminders, ito po, nai-scroll po ito, no? After reading, click po natin yung tick box, parang box po dito sa may lower left corner, lower left portion pala ng reminder na window. And then, click po natin yung proceed. So, make sure po na mabasa po muna natin ng maigi. No? Next is to provide your required information. So, lahat po ng required information, makikita naman natin naka-asterisk siya ng red. Okay? Asterisk po siya ng red. Yan. So, kapag naka-asterisk po siya ng red, required po siyang malagyan or mapunan. Okay? Otherwise, hindi po magpo-proceed ang ating registration kung hindi po natin ito lalagyan. No, yung required field na yon. Okay, so una is to give either yung CRN. CRN po or common reference number is the number or identification number na makita po natin sa atin pong UMID. So pwede po natin siyang gamitin to register. Or the SSS number. So yung SSS number po natin, kung kabisado naman din natin, pwede po natin gamitin. No? Wala pong dash na ilalagay. Straight lang po natin dito type yung mga numbers. Okay? Next, of course, is yung email address natin. Okay? Email address. Yan. So email address ilalagay po natin and then i-confirm po natin siya. Sa email address po, make sure na yung email address na ating i-register is still active na access po natin. And if you are using a account na sa work, no, kindly inform first your network administrator not to block mails from sss.gov.ph. Kasi po, yung iba, maaring sinasabi, nag-email na po kami sir, halimbawa, or nag-register po kami pero wala pong pumapasok sa email po namin. Maaari po na binablock po ito ng inyo po network admin, no? Or kaya napupunta po ito sa spam or sa junk mail. So kindly check po na mabuti, no? Yan. So ilagay po natin yung ating email address and then yung preferred user ID. Okay, the length must be 8 to 20 characters. So 8 to 20 characters lamang po. The first character must be alphabetic and no special characters except underscore. So underscore lang po ang pwedeng special characters. Bawal yung at, bawal yung dash. Ganon. So, and yun, alphanumeric po dapat. Okay? So sa user ID, please be informed na ang user ID po, once na nag-create na po tayo ng user ID, hindi na po natin ito mapapalitan. Okay? Baka iba po later on magtanong, sir, pwede po ba namin ipalitan yung user ID po namin? So ngayon pa lang po, sinasabi na po namin na hindi po siya po pwede. Once that you have created your user ID, yun na po yung magiging user ID ninyo permanently. Ang pwede na lamang palitan from time to time is the password. Hindi na po yung user ID. So, kung halimbawa na make sure to choose yung user ID or yung ilalagay yung user ID wisely. No? Baka mamaya nakalalagay pa dyan yung pangalan ng jowa. Tapos, di naman pala nagkatuluyan. So, di ba? Sakit. Hindi, biro lang po. So, yun. Make sure na to wisely choose, no, or to tawag dyan, create a user ID wisely. Okay? Yun. Sumunod, yung last name or yung mga info na natin. So, yung una yung surname, last name, given name, middle name, though not required, no? Wala naman siyang asterisk. And then yung date of birth, and then yung mailing address. Okay? So may drop-down list tayo dyan for the municipality and then the barangay. Depende po, yung barangay nakadepend kung saang city or municipality yung inyo pong pipiliin. And of course, yung city or municipality will depend kung ano po yung i-check ninyo, kung Metro Manila ba siya or province. Okay? Next. Select among the choices provided for your registration preference. So, ito na po, I believe kanina may naglagay na may nagtatanong sa chat facility, no? Na question about the registration preference. Now, for the registration preference po, pipili po kayo whichever is applicable. Okay? Kung ano po yung meron kayo or kaya po ninyong ma-obtain na registration preference na pwedeng gamitin. So, ito po yung mga sumusunod na registration preferences natin. Una is the savings account number or yung Citibank Cash Card or UBP Quick Card or the UMID ATM savings account number registered in the SSS. So, take note po, registered in the SSS. Sa pipiliin po ninyong registration preference, i-match po yan or i-verify po yan according to your SSS record kung talaga bang halimbawa yung registration na inyong pinili ay nagmamatch doon sa records po ni SSS. So halimbawa yung UMID savings account number, no, or savings account na naka-register kay SSS, kung ilalagay niyo po yung account number, excuse me, cross-match po yan or magko-cross-reference po yung ating system to verify whether nagmamatch po ba yung account number na inyong binigay sa registration and yung account number na nasa record po sa SSS. So, yung iba po maaring nakatanggap na, sir, hindi daw po nagmamatch yung registration preference kaya hindi po ako makapag-register. So, maaari pong mali, no, or erroneous, or yung data or yung registration preference na inyo pong pinili is iba na compared doon sa nasa record ni SSS. So, you need to update it first. Okay? Okay. So next is the mobile number registered in the SSS. So yun nga, ito po common case ito na, sir, pinili ko po yung mobile number kaso po hindi po ako makapag-register kasi hindi daw po nagmamatch sa SSS. So kung halimbawa po na yung mobile number nyo is yung lumang mobile number na at nagpalit kayo ng mobile number niyo, contact number, of course, hindi talaga po siya magmamatch sa record ni SSS. So we need to make sure first na yung mobile number po ba natin is updated sa SSS record. Okay? Otherwise, kung hindi po updated, we can use yung SSS Form E4. Sir, how about yung online po na updating of contact info? We have that pero temporarily unavailable po siya. So, you are advised to use po muna yung SSS Form E4 and submit it through the Dropbox sa SSS branches po natin na malapit sa inyo. Next is the UMID card. So, kung ano po yung info na hihingin sa UMID card, you need to provide it. Next, the employer ID number or household employer ID number. So, kung yung iba po walang sinasabi, sir, hindi na updated yung mobile number. Excuse me. Yung UMID card, wala po ako, halimbawa. Wala rin po ako savings account number. Pwede nyo pong hingin sa employer ninyo or former employer ninyo yung employer ID number nila. Okay? Employer ID number po is yung SS number as an employer. Okay? So, pwede po ninyo hingin dito sa kanila. There's no harm in asking for the employer ID number kung gagamitin nyo po ito for registration purposes. No? So, maaari nyo po siyang ilagay or gamitin. Okay? Yung employer ID number. Okay, kaya po sinasabi ko sa inyo, whichever is applicable po sa inyo or kung ano po yung maaari ninyong makuha, no, or ma-obtain na information na applicable sa or yung nagma-match sa registration preference na pipiliin ninyo. Next is yung Paid Payment Reference Number or PRN, SBR or Payment Receipt Transaction Number. So yung PRN, okay, na binayaran for contributions, halimbawa, pwede nyo po siyang ilagay. Okay, pwede nyo po siyang piliin, no? So it can be used as a registration preference. So next po is yung date of last loan. Kung natatandaan pa po, no, maaari nyo pong gamitin yung date of last loan as a basis or as a preference ng inyo pong registration. Next is the transaction number shown in your personal record or Unified Multipurpose ID application E1/E6. This is applicable only for those na nag-apply through online ng SS number. So nag-apply ng SS number online from December 10, 2020 onwards. So yung transaction number po na makikita sa E1/E6, yun po maaari ninyong gamitin to register. And then for pensioners po, yung check number ng kahit ano po monthly pension of a retiree or disability pensioner who is receiving the pension benefit through check. If receiving through check po pero kung may savings account, of course, savings account. Again, whichever is applicable po. Okay? Yun po ang pipiliin ninyong registration preference. Next, check po yung CAPTCHA and then yung I accept the terms of service and then click po yung submit. And then afterwards, you will be notified of your successful My.SSS account application. So lalabas po dito na you have successfully submitted your web account registration application. So i-check naman po natin yung ating pong email na ginamit natin to register for the system notification. Speaking of the system notification, no? So ipadadala po ito sa ating pong registered email address. Okay? So make sure po to check our email address po. Okay? Again, kung wala po natatanggap, kindly check your junk folder or your spam. Or kindly coordinate with your network admin if ginagamit niyo po yung mga official email addresses po ninyo to register or work address email address ninyo. Baka po binablock nila yung emails coming from SSS or sss.gov.ph. Okay? Pagka-open po natin ng email, no? So naka-indicate po diyan Dear Miss or Mr. kung ano po yung pangalan ng member and then yung user ID nila. Afterwards, they will be required to activate, take note, to activate the member account and provide yung preferred password by clicking the hyperlink. May hyperlink po diyan yung word na clicking here. So, nakalink po yan. Okay? Kailangan po natin i-activate yung account within 5 working days. Otherwise, mag-expire po yung link, pati po yung registration, kailangan po natin ulitin. Okay? Uulitin po natin siya. And an important reminder, tayo po, as a member, are responsible for ensuring that your user ID and password cannot be accessed by unauthorized persons. So tayo po, no, obligation po natin to keep our user ID and password private na hindi po siya ma-access ng kung sino-sino man po. Okay? Yan. So after clicking, you will be required to activate your account and nominate your preferred password. So for the activation of the SSS account, you need to input the last digit, 6 digits ng CRN or SSS number. Again, CRN po is yung number sa UMID and then of course, SSS number, alaman naman po natin is the Social Security number po natin. So yung last 6 digits po, yun po ang ating ilalagay and then click submit. Next po is the nomination of the password. So sa password po, may criteria po siya. So hindi po tayo basta-basta nakakapag-create or makakapag-create ng password since it has, again, it is subject to the following criteria. Una, the length must be 8 to 20 alphanumeric characters. Second, yung first character po must be alphabetic. no special characters, and the password must be different from your user ID. So dapat po naiiba yung password sa atin pong user ID. Hindi po siya dapat magkaparehas. Okay? After clicking submit, mariredirect po tayo sa account page po natin. Okay? So that's it for the member account. Don't worry po, hindi pa tayo tapos with our presentation. Ngayon po, we will discuss how to register sa employer account naman. So, same din, no? Different employer side nga lang po tayo. Visit natin yung website www.sss.gov.ph and click the employer portal. Okay? And then sa employer login page, we need to click on regular employer or household employer, whichever is applicable. So maaring regular po or yung corporate employer or employer kayo ng kasambahay. So whichever applies po, no? Afterwards, depende po sa inyo pipiliin, you're required to provide yung information na hihingin sa inyo. So of course, pag naka-asterisk siya ng pula, required field po ito. Okay? So pupunan po natin to or lalagyan po natin siya ng atin pong information. Okay? Of course, for employer registration na My.SSS account, kailangan po registered na kayo sa SSS as an employer through SS Form R1. Okay? So may employer ID number na po kayo. Employer ID number po is, again, the SSS number for an employer. Okay? So sumunod, fill out the required information on the employer authorized signatory. So yung authorized signatory po, based on the authorized signatory na nakalagay po sa SS Form L501 or specimen signature card. Ang specimen signature card po, updated po ito dapat annually or every time po na magpapalit ng authorized signatory. So sa employer authorized signatory, lalagay po yung SS number, first name, last name, and email address ng authorized signatory. And then, click yung tick box na I accept the terms of service and then click submit. After clicking, you will receive an email from SSS to proceed with your registration for the activation of your account. So may link po dito. I-click nyo po siya. Okay? Parang katulad lang po siya ng member account pero ito po ay sa employer side naman. Okay, so balikan ko lang po, no. Sa previous slide po, no, ito sa slide na ito, preferred user ID po, again, you will nominate a user ID. So kayo po magno-nominate ng user ID. So again, kung company po 'yan, of course, make it an official na user ID po, no. Sa company email address, no, if creating an account as an employer, use the official email address of the company. Huwag po yung personal email address ng empleyado na mag-handle po ng SSS account ng company. Kasi po, what if nag-resign po yung employee? Okay? And halimbawa, mahirapan kayo na ma-reach siya for unknown reasons, no? So, kayo po, as an employer, halimbawa, mawawalan po ng access sa or hindi nyo po makikita yung mga notifications na nanggagaling kay SSS kasi hindi po yung email address ng company or yung official email address ng company ang nakaregister. Yung email address po ng empleyado nakaregister. So siya po makikita niya na makikita yung email address po ay yung email notifications from the SSS. So make sure po na official email address ang atin pong gagamitin. Okay, so that's it for the employer account. Medyo short lang po, no, pagdating sa employer account. Now, how to reset po? So this is important, no? Paano po natin mare-reset or mare-retrieve yung atin pong My.SSS account or online account? So una po, for members, of course, visit natin yung website and then click the member portal. And then, click po natin yung link na forgot user ID or password. Okay? Nandito po siya sa bandang ibaba, no, ng user ID and password na fields. So, click po natin siya. Okay, sa pagre-recover po ng ating account, we are given two options. So, pipili lang po tayo ng isa para ma-retrieve po natin yung ating pong account. First option is to recover the account or recover the account through the registered email address. So, make sure po, again, if we're going to use yung ating pong registered email address as an option to recover our SSS account as a member, make sure po na active pa po ito. Okay? Kasi kung active, another problem na naman po ito or another dyan, kailangan pong ma-resolbahan. So mamaya po may papakita ko kung paano naman kung hindi na nga ma-access yung account tapos hindi na ma-access yung email address na ni-register. So mamaya po sa susunod na slide. Okay? The other option is yung security question. So security questions po, of course, may have series of questions na kailangan po natin sagutin, and kapag tama, nagma-match, no? Pare-recover po natin yung account po natin. So first, sa email address po tayo, no? Yan. If the registered email address option was selected, you will be required to indicate your CRN/SSS number and then code the CAPTCHA code. So CRN/SS number po kailangan natin i-type dito and then yung CAPTCHA, no? So again, straight number po, yung numbers lang ang ita-type natin, wala pong dashes. Okay, and then click submit. Okay, if security questions was selected, you will be required to indicate your CRN/SSS number and answer the security questions registered in your online account. Okay? And then you will receive an email. Kung email po pinili, registered email address, and then makatanggap tayo ng link for the resetting of password. Okay? Yan. So same lang yung nomination for the password. Subject to same criteria pa din, katulad na nabanggit ko kanina. Then we can now log in to our My.SSS account. Okay, after logging in, we can now update yung atin pong registered email address and security questions. Yung update of contact info po, again, as I mentioned earlier, hindi pa po siya available as of date, no? It is undergoing po ng enhancement, no? So, yung updating po ng contact info is unavailable. So, Form E4 po ang ating gagamitin. For the security questions, we can use yung ating pong online account to update. So, kung gusto po ninyong baguhin yung security questions, so pwede niyo po siyang baguhin. So, sa security questions po, pag tayo po ay matagal na hindi naka-access or hindi pa tayo nakapag-set ng security questions, when we log in, ipaprompt kayo ng system muna to set up yung security questions and then maaari natin siyang i-update later on. So, sa security question setup po, we will choose 2 questions, no? And then of course, provide the answers to those questions. So, tayo po ang pipili ng tanong, ibibigay natin yung sagot. So, dapat po matatandaan natin yung sagot. And then click submit po. Dalawang questions po dapat ang ibibigay natin and then dalawang answers po of course ang ipo-provide natin. So, this is the sample, no? Yan. So, yung first question, halimbawa, in what town did you or city did your parents meet? Or what is the last name of your childhood hero? Mga ganon. So, yun po yung isa sa mga questions or dalawa yung mga yan sa mga questions na maaari po natin pagpilian. Of course, tayo lang po makakasagot niyan kasi it refers to us, no? Siyempre, hindi naman alam ng kayo lang po din nakakaalam kung saan nakita ang parents ninyo or kung sino yung last name ng inyo pong childhood hero. So, kayo lang po ang nakakaalam niyan. So, kailangan matandaan po ninyo yung sagot. And then, click update po. Then we will receive a confirmation of security questions. Pero before we receive the confirmation, i-enter po muna natin yung password to confirm na tayo nga po talaga yung nagpapalit or nagsiset up ng security question. Then click yung CAPTCHA, then confirm. Okay? Yan. So, sa mobile app naman po, we can also reset our online account through the mobile app. So, if hindi pa updated the mobile app, pwede niyo pupuntahan yung ating pong Google Play Store or Huawei App Gallery or yung Apple App Store. So, kung hindi po naka-prompt na i-update yung mobile app, no, i-uninstall nyo po yung existing app ninyo and then install nyo po ulit yung nasa store para po mag-update siya to the newest version. Okay? So, ito po, the important question, no? Paano po kapag hindi ko na ma-access yung email address ko at may bago na po akong email? Halimbawa, hindi ko ma-access yung SSS account tapos na hindi ko na mabuksan yung email address na ginamit ko to register. All we have to do is send an email request for account resetting using your own and new and or active email address. So yung new email address na po ang ating gagamitin, no? Padadala nyo po sa online service assistance at sss.gov.ph. All we need to do is provide our 10-digit SS number, our complete name, date of birth, sa email. So, kung wala pong SSS number, yung CRN po, pwede nyo ilagay. And then attach copies of your SSS or UMID ID card or any two valid IDs bearing your photo and signature. So, ilalagay nyo po yung details ninyo sa email, mag-attach kayo ng SSS or UMID card or two valid IDs with your photo and signature. Okay? And, take note po, and a selfie of you holding your valid IDs. So, kung ano po yung valid IDs na inilagay ninyo, in-attach ninyo sa email, you also need to provide a selfie of you holding that valid ID to prove further na nasa possession po ninyo yung ID na naka-attach sa email for security purposes. Okay? Yan. Next, how to retrieve naman for employers. Okay, so for employers, same, click po yung employer portal and then click po yung link na forgot user ID or password. Same lang din, almost the same katulad sa member portal. However, ang kinaibahan niya is kailangan po i-provide ng employer ang employer ID number niya and yung CAPTCHA. So, employer ID, employer or HR number po is yung SS number. Again, kaya po inuulit-ulit ko siya to give emphasis. It is the SS number of the employer or the household employer. So, yun po ang kailangan i-provide. Okay? And then, yung CAPTCHA code, kung ano po yung ipapakitang code, and then click submit. So afterwards, makatanggap po ng email for the resetting of the password. Okay, so what will an employer do if they can no longer access their registered email address and have a new email account? So ito, same scenario din pero for employers naman. Hindi na nila ma-access yung account, tapos may bago na silang email address na ginagamit, paano po nila mare-recover yung My.SSS account nila? So all we need to do is send an official letter request. Okay, take note, official po na letter request for account resetting using the new and active and official email address. Okay, kaya po official kasi dapat official email address po ng kumpanya kaya ang gagamitin. Okay, magpapadala po sa online service assistance at sss.gov.ph and attach an image or scanned image file of the official letter request, the latest L501 form, okay, latest L501 po, and valid IDs for identification. Okay? So, yan po ang kailangan i-attach. So, dito wala pong selfie na i-attach. Ano? So, L501 po or specimen signature card. Kasi sila po yung authorized signatory and their valid IDs din. Okay? Yun. So, that ends my presentation. No? So, naka-open na po ang ating Q&A. Yan. So, yung iba po, no, I believe was answered. No, kanina may mga questions po tayo dito na naiwan sa chat facility. Yung iba po ay nasagutan na at currently sinasagutan. So, habang pumapasok po yung mga questions ninyo, okay, we have now posted po yung link or we are posting na po yung link for the copy of the presentation. So, maaari nyo po siyang gamitin to access our evaluation form or yung QR code po na ipapakita natin later on. Okay. So, before po ako mag-proceed, sa Q&A, no? Let me take this time to plug po muna yung atin pong e-learning programs, no? So starting with the Excel portal. So ang Excel portal po is a free computer-based training program, no? Parang e-library po siya. Na, again, accessible po ito anytime, 24/7, and at your own time and pace, at your own pacing. Sorry. At your own pacing po. So ibig sabihin, hindi po time pressured ang paggamit ng Excel portal. So it is up to the user kung how much time it will take for them to absorb yung information na makita po nila sa module na kanila pong pipiliin. So since the Excel portal is an e-library, by the way, you can scan the QR code here or access through the link if you want to access po yung Excel portal natin. Yon, so sa Excel portal nga, mamimili kayo, since sabi ko kanina, it is an e-library, mamimili po kayo ng module na gusto po ninyong basahin. Okay? And then after po ninyong basahin yung module na yon, okay, mayroon po siyang post-examination. Okay, sa Excel portal po kasi may natatanggap kami mga ilan na sa webinar daw. So wala po tayong post-examination sa webinar. Okay? Sa Excel portal po meron. So you can scan the code or use the link sa chat. Yan. So yung mga modules po natin, I believe as of today is now 7. So we have yung sickness, maternity, unemployment, disability, and retirement benefit. And then yung salary loan at pension loan program. So kung gusto po ninyong pag-aralan yung mga yon, no? Or any other material na accessible sa inyo, you can access yung Excel portal po natin. Next, kung may mga employer representatives po tayo na naka-join, no? If you are interested in conducting a seminar exclusive to your employees, maaari po kayo magpadala ng request letter sa member_education@sss.gov.ph. Indicate nyo lang po yung preferred date and time, yung number of participants, minimum of 20, and yung online platform na gagamitin. Okay? Take note po, yung company or organization seminars is conducted through online. Okay? Yun. So, any other seminar-related inquiries po, okay, take note, seminar-related lang po, you can email member_education@sss.gov.ph. Next, the SSS In-Depth Information Seminar. So this is a 2-day online training po on the Social Security and Employees Compensation Programs, including yung updates and computation of benefits. So ang online in-depth seminar po is 2 days, 8 a.m. to 5 po. So for those na yung mga employer representatives po or employees handling SSS matters sa kanilang company, whether they are sa HR, sa accounting, comp and ben, may re-recommend po namin sa inyo tong seminar na ito, no? So if you are interested, we have a link there sa chat facility po natin for you to access yung atin pong registration forms. Take note, this is in a first come first serve basis. So unahan po tayo kasi limited lang po yung mga slots natin. Okay? Yon. So that's it for our announcement ng e-learning programs. So ngayon po ay sasagutan ko po yung ating pong mga questions, no, ng live, and then yung iba po na may iwan, no, ay sasagutan po namin through the chat facility. So nandito po ang mga kasamahan ko din from the Member Education Department. Salamat po sa inyo. Na kasalukuyan po nagsasagot ng atin pong mga chats, no? Even before na ako po ay magbasa or magsimula magbasa ng inyo pong mga katanungan. Okay, so we'll now get to the questions. Tignan ko lang po. Okay, so first question from Miss Pam. What if gusto po namin i-change or palitan yung email info ng employer account? So, Email info po, if you're referring to updating po ng contact info, no? I believe sa employer accounts din po is hindi po available yung updating ng contact info through online. So you can use form R8. So E4 po kasi for members, R8 po for employers. Kung mag-update kayo ng inyo pong email address. Okay? Otherwise, kung halimbawa na magre-reset po ng password naman, not sure no. So this is whichever is case is applicable sa inyo po. You can request the resetting as I've shown earlier sa slide, no? Pakita ko lang ulit. For a while. Yan. So kung bilang employer po, magre-request ng resetting ng account, you need to attach yung image file ng official letter request. So kailangan po may official letter, yung latest na L501, and valid IDs po ng authorized signatory according to the L501. So I hope that answers yung question ni Miss Pam. Okay. So next po, okay, so for those na nagtatanong po, no, I'm trying to hit multiple birds with one stone. So kung may concern po kayo, same yung concern ninyo for the resetting of an employer account, ito po, no, yung official letter request, send po ninyo using the active and official email address. Send nyo po sa online service assistance at sss.gov.ph, and then attach po yung image or scan image file ng official letter request, yung L501 na latest, and yung valid IDs for identification. So, next naman po na question from Anonymous. Paano daw po yung not active na email ng member? So, same din po. I will try to hit multiple birds with one stone ulit. You can send an email request for account resetting using your own and active or new email address sa online service assistance at sss.gov.ph. All you need to do is provide yung 10-digit na SS number, yung complete name ninyo, date of birth, and then attach copies of your SSS or UMID card or any valid IDs na dalawa po, bearing your photo and signature, and a selfie of you holding your valid ID. Okay? So, yun po, kailangan. Okay? Kung halimbawa po na nag-email kayo pero dyan, may delays no sa response, we ask for your patience and understanding. Kasi po, of course, we are operating skeletal workforce due to the pandemic. So, first in, first out po kasi tayo sa mga emails na sinasagutan po natin. So, we ask for your further patience and understanding po kung nadi-delay po, no? Pero kung sobrang tagal na po, you can follow up naman. You have the right to follow up. Okay? Yon. So next, check ko lang po yung ibang questions. Okay, we have another question here from Anonymous. Sabi niya, good day. Ask ko lang po kung paano po i-edit kung may mali sa information or sa details. Example, mali po yung birth year. So, kung halimbawa po na hindi makapag-register, okay, baka po may iba na same din po ang concern, ano? Na hindi daw po, pag nagre-register sa website, lalabas, hindi nagmamatch yung info na nilalagay natin sa registration with our SSS records. So, you can update po or correct yung atin pong record using the SSS form E4, no? since this is a member account, si member account po usually ang may nangyayari po yan sa member account. E4 po to correct or to update yung atin pong info. So maaring may mali, no? Yung pangalan, halimbawa, yung Maria is Maria na nilalagay sa website is buo na MARIA. Tapos sa SSS pala nakalagay MA lang. So definitely po hindi siya magma-match. So form E4 po muna. So ayusin po muna natin yung atin pong record, and then saka once na corrected na po ito, so maaari po natin gamitin na or try po ulit mag-register sa atin pong website. Again, this the same goes to those na may same concern po, no, kung di nagma-match yung info sa atin pong registration. Okay. So next po, another anonymous na nagtatanong. Good day, sir. Can we change the username of our employer account? So please be advised, as I've said earlier, you need to nominate you need to choose the username of your account wisely. So baka sa case ninyo sa employer account, pangalan ng empleyado po yung nakalagay, definitely hindi na po siya mapapalitan. Permanent na po yun. Yung password lamang po ang maaari po nating palitan. So when registering, make sure po to choose wisely or to create a username wisely po, whether member or employer account po yan. Okay? Okay, so we have another anonymous na participant here na nagtanong, paano po mag-register if wala pong any registration preference or reference, no? Yung wala pang UMID or yung transaction numbers. Again po, balikan ko lang yung previous slide ko. For a while. Okay, so ito po. Whichever is applicable po. So again, as I have mentioned or said earlier, kung ano po yung applicable sa atin. Kung wala pong UMID, mobile number. Kung wala pong outdated yung mobile number, savings account number na registered sa SSS. Kung wala po yung employer ID number po natin, pwede po natin gamitin yun. Yung SS number po ng dati nating employer. Pwede po natin hingin kung we are still in contact with them or nare-reach pa natin sila. Yung date of last loan, kung natatandaan po, yan po pwede natin gamitin yung mga yan. Again po, whichever is applicable po sa inyo. Okay? Yun. So I hope that answers yung questions kung paano pong walang nagmamatch, wala pong registration preference ako. So yun po, no, pwede po natin gamitin. Okay. Check ko lang po ibang question. Ayan, so we have a question here from Lawrence Monforte. Paano po yung na-account na na-lock? Paano po siya i-open? So, kung halimbawa po na na-block yung account, maaring due to multiple attempts na mag-access pero mali yung username or password, no? Maaari po natin gawin is i-contact po ang ating hotline 1455 or 81455, or again mag-send po ng email sa online service assistance at sss.gov.ph. Same goes for everyone na may same concern po. Kung na-block ang inyong account, You can contact us to our hotline 1455 or 81455 or send an email to onlineserviceassistance@sss.gov.ph.